I wanted to share with you today a lesson I learned from a patient. You know, that when you're telling your patient that they're diagnosed with a terminal cancer, or their life expectancy is very short, or they have 1 year to live, and seeing the reaction, and obviously the shock, the sadness that happens, but all of a sudden, there's like a profound shift that happens in their psyche. Like all of a sudden, things that seemed so important, it appears to be meaningless. All of a sudden, things that he had been dismissed till then, all of a sudden they become of profound importance. And it fascinated me how we become suddenly aware of what really matters to us. And maybe, and I probably just asking those patients, like working on this weekend on a project from work, maybe it's not that important. Maybe going and visiting a nephew or a grandson somewhere on the weekend has much more meaning. Um, Maybe he doesn't have to have the last word, in his argument with his wife or his loved one. Maybe he should just focus on spend the time to be present with that person and tell them how much they means to him and that he had always loved them. And all of a sudden we shift, our priorities shift. And my personal experience, patients, like I've been saving for 10 years to upgrade my house, and I guess it makes no sense to do that. And all of a sudden people are more drawn to do the things that they've been putting off for so long, whether it's a piece of art that they're working on in the garage, whether it's that passion for the music that they had or that instrument to work on, whether it's whatever that is. I mean, all of a sudden the priorities shift, and all of a sudden those unlived lives, those unrealized dream returns now with such a power and with such passion to do. All of a sudden that feeling for the homeless and the sick and feeding those and taking care of others, it becomes more something that that person wants to do. And the truth of the matter, like when we're faced with our imminent extinction, literally speaking, all our assumptions are called into question. What does our life means? What have we lived it right? And are there vital acts that we have left unperformed, or crucial words that we haven't spoken, we haven't told some people about? Is it too late? And it's fascinating how we shift our thinking, and we wanted to do more for others. We wanted to be present with other people. And while we're actually living life, oftentimes we're not even aware or mindful of this. And we live and operate as if we're immortal. But the truth of the matter is that we're all going to die. It's all of us will have that moment that we're going to leave this world. And, most of the time when you're at that end, at that bed, waiting for the end, you're really surrounded most of the time with your family and loved one and having meaningful meeting and talking about the things that you've got enjoyed. And if this is like a movie that you've gone through, the movie of life, wouldn't you want to have it filled with actions, moment that you would recall? And so when that time comes, you would say, hey, I lived a good life. So the invitation always to, when I see those incidents, when I have that experience, really it touched me about thinking, am I living life today? Is my life being lived? Am I being present with my family, with my loved ones? Am I connecting with the people that I care about? Am I, filling those days with kind words, kind acts? And am I making that day count? So the question to you, if I ask you, if you have 1 year to live, what things you would do differently? Who would you go and tell them that you truly love them? What experience you want to experience? What vacation, what dream place that you want to enjoy? What act of kindness you want to do? What act of impact you want to do if you knew you have 1 year to live? And if you are doing every act on your list, every action, my also question to you, are you being present in the moment when you're sitting with your loved ones? Are you being really reflecting on this and bringing that joy and living that life powerfully? And if you are not, if any of this is not happening right now, what are you waiting for? When you have your health, when you have your strength, what are you waiting for? Not experiencing life, not living in the moment, not being present with the people that you love, not doing something kind, so you would feel that I made today count, that I lived and I made that day count. And basically our life is a collection of those days. And every action you do, it's like either a positive deposit in your overall character, whatever you want to call it, or a withdrawal. So are you filling your book with kind words, with kind action, with things that makes a difference? Are you living a meaningful life? And the great news is you're still here. You don't have terminal illness. You have the time now to take advantage of it. So to bring that to fruition, you got to become more intentional about reflecting every month about what I'm going to do this month, what meaningful act I'm going to do, what actions I'm going to take, who I'm going to uplift, who I'm going to actually do good to, what people I'm going to spend time and be present with. And if you build that intentionality every week, and you could pick one day of the week to plan the day, and it's not action, it's not a list, to-do list things, it's more, we are human being, not human doing. It's more to be present in the moment and enjoy every moment, and then pat yourself on the back when you've done something right. So we don't naturally give ourselves enough credit, so give yourself credit and give yourself a high five every day, and just be grateful, be kind, do some acts of kindness, make the difference. Those things will give you so much more meaningful to that day, so much fulfillment, and you would be living a powerful, charged life. Have a great day.